everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today I'm not going to do a shout out. Instead, today I'm going to give thanks to Fry over at Simproved. She is another YouTuber that I have actually recently discovered, and she actually inspired me to build this vet. I even played the vet career. And I traveled from my home lot to my vet every single day and back, and I never gave it a thought. I believe it or not, I never gave it a thought to put them two to two together. So I happened to see her video, and I thought, oh my goodness, I never thought of that. Why didn't I think of that? So I decided I'm going to go ahead and I want to build one because it actually makes more sense. And why EA never did that in the first place, I don't know. I will never understand why they never allow you to live on the same lot as your business. Because there's actually a lot of small town or small villages or small towns that have these little businesses, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of times they have apartments above them, and that's where the owner stays. So why they never did that in the first place, I will never know. But yeah, I wanted to give her thanks because she's the one that actually inspired me to do this. I probably never would have even thought of this idea for who knows how long it would have taken me before I even gave it a thought to build the vet on the same lot as my home. So as you can see, I'm pretty much messing around with the roofing. I really had no idea what I wanted to do with. This is the first time actually I was messing with the new tools from the Cats and Dogs patch. So yeah, but anyway, this vet sits on a 30 by 20 lot. It will cost your sim approximately 149,000 simoleons in order to buy it. That includes all the furnishings of the vet and the apartment above. So yeah, but back to the house. I decided, I was going to try something a little bit different. I wanted my favorite style to begin with is Victorian. It always has been, and basically the thought I had in my mind was it was a Victorian home that was at one time maybe this large fancy home or something that just been passed down from generation to generation. And one of the generations decided they wanted to become a vet and changed the downstairs to be the office and the upstairs to be the home. So that's kind of the thought I had in mind. But yeah, so that's kind of why I chose Victorian, because for me, Victorian style homes are actually the easiest for me to build. I have an easier time building a Victorian than I do really any other style of home. And I was pretty much just experimenting with the roofing because now you can exchange the gables on the hipped roofs and all of that, which I absolutely love because finally I can do things that I could never do before, or I don't have to add extra roofing just to get to look right. It's nice. I would have to say the fact that I can do some of these things now with the roofs and everything is just amazing. I am so glad that we can finally do that. Roofing used to be I hated in Sims 4, absolutely hated. If they continue to maybe change a few things here and there with the roofing, then maybe it'll become even better and be awesome. So I would have to say I definitely like the way the roofing and everything is. Other things that was also inspired that I never gave a thought. I actually knew I knew you could move windows up and down, but I never gave a thought to make a window different heights, if that makes any sense. I never gave it a thought. It never occurred to me. So again, another thing that I had seen and probably going to be using the rest of my time of building in Sims 4 is also the credit is going to go to Simprove because again, that's where I seen it at and it was beautiful, and I'm sure I don't do it justice compared to the way she was building her houses. They were just amazing. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference making those windows slightly different. I would have to say it definitely helped the way this Victorian looked. Again, hers are amazing. You need to go check out her channel. I'll put the link to her channel, of course, in the description below. So, but yeah, basically I'm just trying to figure things out, trying to decide how I want it to look and things like that. And I am actually changing the roof color. Can you believe it? I'm actually doing that. You know how many times I've actually built a house in Sims 4 and I like the regular roof color that it comes with to begin with. And you know how many times I just leave it go and I never change it? I almost never change the roof color. So yay me, I actually did it. So I ended up going through and changing. You have no idea how much I just fiddled with this roof. I mean, I was just, oh my goodness, changing things so much in this roof. Because, I am extremely picky. I'm a very picky builder. And in fact, I will end up going back to the roof again and changing them again because I didn't like how it was clipping through some of the apartment. So I actually go through and change that up just a little bit. But yeah, that window right there, that round window that I was putting in, it's not in a room anywhere. It's just kind of there for decoration, so you're not going to actually see it. This house actually is built with, I don't know what kind of packs or anything like that, but it is mostly the pets pack. I would have to say that I absolutely love the stuff that came with that expansion pack. It's absolutely probably one of my favorites. I really love the Parenthood pack. I love the Vampire pack for the objects that comes with it. But you know what? They come out with this cats and dogs, and I mean, the cats and dogs. I mean, they're cute. They're nice. Other than my one Let's Play, I probably won't be having a cat or a dog when I play the game. But they're cute. But the objects that come with the pack, I fell in love with. I love the couches, chairs, all the decals. I just absolutely love them. I use decals like you wouldn't believe in this build. It was crazy. I probably overdid it. I don't know, but I think it turned out really nice. The other thing, the shrinking of plants. Oh my gosh. I made like that big white tree there on the right. I actually shrunk it down and made it look kind of like a bush. Or something along that lines. I mean, being able to shrink stuff, oh my goodness. That is probably my absolutely favorite thing that came out of the patch, was the shrinking of objects. I mean, they couldn't have come out with that they could have done it a little sooner, actually, in my opinion. And I love all the hostas. It's about stinking time that I have plants that don't have flippin' flowers. I like putting flowers in, and I do put a little bit in here and there, but it's just nice to have other types of greenery, other types of something or another that doesn't have a flippin' blossom or some kind of flower coming off of it. It's just nice. I don't always want all of the flowers, so oh my goodness. And all them hostas, hostas is probably one of my favorite lily. It's so beautiful. I wish they would have put in the white one. The white one is probably my favorite of all the hostas. It is just gorgeous. It is all white, and it's pretty. You have to look it up. But anyway, I don't know. I was just so excited. I was so happy to get this. And like I said, I go crazy with the decals. I even, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I loved it. This house, I mean, the only thing I would have to say is that you can live in it. It's not going to be considered your residential lot. Basically, your sim will always be considered away from home. But you can pretty much raise a family there. The only thing is to keep in mind is with the Sims 4, it's not like Sims 3. You cannot take your baby off of the home lot. It's just not possible. They are glued to that bassinet. Well, technically they are the bassinet. They are kind of considered an object. But besides the point, the bassinet cannot leave the home lot. It's just not possible. So if your sim were to get pregnant while they are here, the baby will go to the home lot and will be in a bassinet. Now, of course, if you stay here, the baby will be in daycare the whole entire time. You don't have to worry about it. The baby won't be taken away from you. It'll just be in daycare pretty much the entire time. Or you could just age the baby up into toddler immediately, which I know a lot of people do. And the toddler actually does fine at this lot. In fact, I had a toddler living in this house or this apartment, and once she could learn to walk and go up and down them stairs, I mean, she came down and socialized with anybody and everybody that was walking through that door. So it works really good. Other than the whole baby thing, which is kind of frustrating, kind of irritating. In fact, I wasn't even paying attention the first time, and I was like, dude, I even put a flippin' bassinet in the house, and my stupid baby didn't even come here. I completely forgot. Oh, that's right. They're glued to that bassinet, and the bassinet's glued to the residential lot. I can't do nothing about it. So, but anyway, this is where I'm putting in all the decals. I thought these little bones and footprint things, oh my gosh, they were so cute. Like I said, I just go crazy with everything in this apartment, in this build, and I just think it turned out really, really great. I even used decals that I don't think I've ever used, like that arrow, for instance. I don't think I've ever used it. I kind of use the arrow to kind of symbolize where you're going to go when you take your animal to the vet. And then, of course, there's also another door where the staircase is going to be. That I did that in case you wanted to lock the door, because if you don't, and you're going to see them in the screenshots and everything, the workers will go upstairs. So if you don't want any of the workers up in your apartment, that's kind of why I did that. I wanted to put the door in, that way you could lock it and keep them out, and they won't be going into your apartment, and none of the guests or anybody. I didn't have that problem with the guests or anything like that, or the customers, but the employees definitely wanted to go upstairs. And then I used that Simlish like type of decal to kind of make it look like it says do not enter or something like that. So I pretty much think I have everything in here that you would need. I do put litter box and everything. Now the only thing I noticed was, for some reason, my cat did not want to use the litter box. I really don't know why. I discovered it in my Let's Play, and it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the litter box. As far as I know, it can be gotten to. Maybe I had it turned around wrong or something. I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be rotated. I don't know. So, but anyway, that was pretty much the only thing I had noticed. You may have to move the litter box. I don't know. It's in the bathroom that's downstairs. So, but yeah, I decided to make the rooms different colors. I was actually kind of inspired to do that based off of the vet building that already comes with the world. Each of the rooms were different colors. So I chose like pink, yellow, and I think green were the other colors that I chose. And I just stuck posters and decals all over the place, just everywhere, just to kind of make it nice. Everything does work. I would have to say the one thing that I noticed, and I don't know, maybe it was just a vampire thing, but I had a vampire in my personal game, and he wouldn't stay out of the flippin' bathtub. I mean, that's all he wanted to do was flippin' take a bath. So that was the only other thing, because I have a bathroom that's considered like the public bathroom. I even put like a decal on it to kind of symbolize, boy, girl. And then like letters above to kind of say like maybe restroom or something like that. And yeah, all he wanted to do was get in there and take a bath. It was actually frustrating. Right there's the door that goes in the bathroom, and of course the arrow. And yeah, he wouldn't stay out of it. He was even taking mud baths. I even had one that took a mud bath. I was like, are you for real? But yet when I played myself, like my personal game, I didn't have a single person other than that vampire take a bath. And then in my Let's Play, he flippin' took a bath. Another one took a bath. I was like, are you serious? Get out of my stinking bathtub. I put that bathtub there only because if you were to play in this and you had your own pets and you needed to give the dog a bath, you had a bathtub to give the dog a bath. That is the only reason why the tub is in it, because I didn't have enough room, of course, in the apartment building for the bathtub. So yeah, that's kind of why I did that. the bathtub becomes annoying, I guess just delete it, because it was actually starting to get on my nerves. So, but yeah, that's the only reason why that tub is even there in the first place. This is the green room. There are 2 examining rooms, and then there is 1 surgery room. So I actually had a rating of 4.5 stars at this vet, and believe it or not, it seemed to be going just fine with 2 examining rooms. I even had a third vet. All he did, or yeah, I think it was a he, all he did was make treats and stuff for me. That was pretty much all he did. So I made a ton of money off of selling the treats in the vending machine. And then of course I had one that did nothing but cleaning, and then I had another vet who helped examine all the patients and stuff. So it was definitely a full vet and everything. I mean, it went pretty good. I would have to say it actually went pretty smoothly. So it does work. It's nice. And I absolutely love those curtains. Aren't those cute? They got fish on them. Those are just adorable. The curtains are just so stinking cute. I don't think I'll use them all of the time because I think they're just a little bit, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just don't see putting fish curtains on a living room wall, or I don't know. I just don't see myself doing that. But maybe in a kid's room here and there, maybe I might use them. But I think for this case, they are perfect. I mean, they're perfect for a vet. I just absolutely loved them. So, but yeah, it's nice. I don't really know what else to say. I kind of decorated the backyard just a little bit. I didn't do a whole lot. You know me. I don't do backyards. It just, anybody who's been watching my channel knows that decorating the exterior just isn't really my thing. So it is what it is. I mean, that's just the way it is. I put a few picnic tables or whatever it is in the back, and that was pretty much it. There's some trees, but yeah, that was pretty much all there was. I really didn't do anything with it. So I'm just going around from different rooms thinking, I didn't put a mirror in some of these. It's actually like a medicine cabinet is kind of what it is. I thought that went really good for this type of room. So just making sure they all, I tried making all the rooms as, pretty much the same. I mean, every time I take one of my animals to the vet, it doesn't matter what room we're in, they're all pretty much the same, other than, posters might be a little bit different or something like that. But for the most part, they're pretty similar. But you see how that roof is wanting to cut through there in the center, right there where the kitchen is? That was actually really bugging me, and I really didn't like it. So I do fix it. I don't think I show it on camera, though. But I do fix it. I do move the roof, and I get it to where it's not clipping through or anything like that. So, and it looks the same in the back. It doesn't look any different. The counters do end up getting moved a little bit from what you see in the video compared to the final product when you go to download it. That's just to help minimize a little bit of the issue with the plates, because sometimes they put the plate on the wrong counter and then they think they can't get it or something. I don't know. They have issues. They have serious issues. The other thing I had noticed, now, those stupid lights, oh my gosh. I mean, what was the point? What was the point, honestly, of making hanging lights that hung farther from the ceiling? What was honestly the purpose of even doing that if the Sims could not walk under them? I could not figure out why my Sim could not cook. What is the problem here? And because I even checked, there is space above my Sim's head. Why can't they get underneath there? Why can't they go to the stove? And it's some stupid lights. It's like, why? Why did you even create them in the first place? What was the point if the Sims couldn't walk underneath it? I will never know. I will never understand sometimes what they're thinking, what their purpose was. But just irritating. It is so frustrating, so irritating. I don't understand why they did things like that. So oh my gosh, sometimes I just don't get it. But anyway, as you can see, we are in the apartment portion of the build, so the vet portion is finally done. I don't think the interior is going to take too long. It's approximately 8 more minutes, I think, of the build itself, and then we will be on to screenshots. I do clutter it up pretty good. You know how I am about clutter. Cluttering in this game is so much easier than Sims 3 because I can move things up and down, and I can pretty much put whatever the heck I want wherever I want. And the fact that now I can shrink things. Now I can shrink things. I can take things that I couldn't before, and I can shrink them down, and I can put them on a shelf. And again, that for me is just awesome. The fact that now I can clutter up shelves even more than I ever could before. Don't worry, they can use the stairs. There's nothing in the way of the stairs. That was one of the things I tested. I wanted to make sure that they could. But, yeah, so they can use the stairs, so don't worry about that. And here I am just shrinking shelves to make them fit because they're too big. I even shrink an urn just to kind of put it up there. It's more of a decoration piece, so... And then the little kitty plant thing, whatever that is, I shrunk that so it would fit. I mean, that's just awesome. I can clutter like you wouldn't believe. I mean, this house is cluttered, I think, pretty darn heavily. As far as I know, everything on that kitchen or that dining room table works. I really don't know about the one chair by the plant. I actually didn't test every chair, but you know what? I never test my chairs. I never test my dining room tables because I don't care. I'm going to put that dining room table where I want it, regardless of whether it works. So, but this is the living room. The living room is in the turret, and it's so cute. It's a little, but it's cute. And I love the furniture that come with pets. I know I've said that before, but that lamp, that couch, I just absolutely love it. I see myself using those pieces of furniture a lot more. They give me the feeling of hominess. I don't know how to explain it, but they just bring in a nice, warm, cozy feeling like you just want to get on that couch, curl up with those pillows, and watch a movie with a bowl of popcorn. That's a kind of the way it makes you feel. At least I think anyway. This is kind of a small little reading nook, but I think you'll be able to sit in that chair and still watch TV. At least I think it'll be in an okay position. It may not be. I don't really know. But I wanted some kind of like relaxation, kind of reading type of nook thing or something or another where your Sims could sit and just kind of, read a book or something like that. So this is when I noticed that some of my vine things were actually poking through the wall, which was kind of frustrating, kind of irritating. But this is actually the toddler's room. Again, I used some of the new stuff in here. I don't even know where the heck that end table that side table there comes from. There's a dresser too. I think it says pets on the icon if I could see it fine. The screen I'm looking at, I mean, I can see the screen. I can see what's happening, but it is a little bit small. But anyway, again, shrinking everything. I shrunk the dollhouse about stinking time, because I'm sorry, but them dollhouses and the castle or whatever are too stinking big. Too big. I almost never use that stuff because they're too flippin' big. But now you can shrink them. The dollhouse works just fine, so don't worry about it. I even took one of those stuffed animal bear thingies or whatever it is and shrunk it down and put it on top of the dresser. I even shrunk the dresser and the end table because you know what? Compared to that little toddler bed, they were huge. They were just downright huge. And I thought, you know what? Let's shrink them. We're just going to go ahead and shrink them down. That way they fit. And everything works just fine. The only thing I notice about shrinking is be careful with things like candles. The ones that got little flames on the top for the light, those are going to glitch out. I don't think I found any candle that you can shrink down without it glitching out. The little flames or whatever will be above the candle with a space, and it don't look very good. It don't look right. And you don't even see that until after you place it. Like, the little flames don't appear until after you've placed it on the lot. So, again, just going through and cluttering things up. Everything, everything I think works. I even put a trash can in, and the trash can was big, so I shrunk it. You're going to find that I am shrinking a lot of things. I love that option. That is just great. I am so glad they finally did it. I don't know why they didn't in the first place. I mean, if you could enlarge things, why didn't they just take the time and reverse that process and have it shrink? I don't know. I don't know why it took us how many years before we could finally have that option, but finally, we can finally do that. So, this is the last room in the apartment. This is the master bedroom, I guess you could say. That bed, oh my gosh, I had the hardest time deciding what bed I wanted. Or not really the bed, but what bedding I wanted. I just loved all the colors. Pretty much every one of the comforters on there I liked. That for me was a hard decision, trying to decide which one I wanted. But that's the one I ended up choosing because I liked the colors. It brought in a little bit of the blue. And then, of course, I could also redecorate a little bit with the red. I didn't bring in the red too much, but as you can see, it is there in the couch and it is there in the rugs. So to try to help incorporate. Okay, there's where I changed the roof. So yeah, you did see me do it a little bit, fixing the roof. And again, because I did that, I had to adjust a few other things. The turrets up here are not accessible. I just colored them and put a light in just because, for really no other reason. This little outside light that I put on top of the vet sign, I end up deleting it completely because apparently in the game, even if you have move objects on, which I always have on, before you place a lot, it's still not going to put the light and stuff where I had it. So unfortunately, I just went ahead and deleted it. It was supposed to kind of like put light on the vet sign to help make it shine at night. So, but here's the little bench or the oh my goodness. I can't think what they're called. Oh my gosh. Have you ever had that? You'll be talking and talking and talking and you want to say something and like the word isn't even there. But picnic table, yes. Oh my goodness. And English is even my native tongue. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even think of what it was. But anyway, that's pretty much all I do in the backyard. I think some of the customers went out there a few times when they were waiting, but they really don't go back there too much. I don't recall anyway seeing very many go back there. Now I'm just going around and doing a little more terrain painting, just kind of changing the grass a little bit because grass is never that green. It's never, at least not any grass around where I live anyway. It's not all one color. You got several different shades. Some of the grass is a little bit more dead than other areas. Some are a little bit more fertilized than other areas. So, but that light right there, the one I just put on, I deleted it. It never seems to go in right. Apparently the game don't like it when you do that. So I just, a few extra lights, and that is the build. We are in the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy using this vet/apartment, and leave your comments and suggestions below, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.